the wolf like ripping apart, like the guy as a wolf just ripping apart the shirt.
Oh my god, yeah. I love that. I love that meme. That's such a good meme. Oh my god.
So when I saw this thumbnail, I immediately thought about that as like our wolf overpower.
My friend just sent me a meme, or the top part it says the wolf howls, and then the bottom says, but the hawk tours. And dumbest shit I've ever seen, and I love it.
Oh, that's so stupid.
Oh my god.
I'm so brain rotten. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm sharing on your YouTube on Discord so you can watch
on Discord?
it.
Okay, I gotcha.
All right, let me click on it. Let's just go right straight into it.
Incredibly overpowered beasts. Smilodon, at the height of the Tundra server was filled with incredibly overpowered beasts. Smilodon's Saber Fang perk enabled it to one-shot nearly any other player in the game. The short-faced bear was seemingly invincible, being the largest carnivorous mammal.
Have you seen these videos?
I haven't seen this one specifically, but like it's like, yeah, this meta is so overpowered, and it beats this type of player.
This is great. I'm already loving this reaction.
Build of all time.
Yeah.
And the cave hyena had an absurdly powerful bite force, able to crack bones and tear incredible amounts of flesh with every bite. Yet, of the Ice Age's top predators, the one which proved to be the most resilient and indeed the most successful was the wolf. Even though wolves are nowhere near as massive or as powerful as these other Ice Age monsters, today the wolf build is practically synonymous with ferocity and hunting prowess. But what is it about wolves that made them such a force of nature? Today we'll find out.
Like, hold up.
The wolf build.
The wolf build. So speaking of build, Charky in the chat said, I own the shirt. Like one of those wolves edited shirts in the background. It says, why the good girls like bad guys?
So why do good girls like bad guys? Do you know that song?
I do. It's so cringe.
Oh my god.
Also, the editing on these videos is throwing me hard because they got the Sonic rings and the Sonic extra life.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is like using
meta gaming references
and like gaming analogies to describe biology, and it's super fascinating.
Crazy. I love this. And also welcome in
nature. Today we'll find out. So wolves are part of the carnivorous archetype, which became popular during the Miocene update. The main perk of this archetype is something called carnival teeth, a trait which greatly improves the ability of carnivorous builds to consume food. Rather than needing to swallow things whole, or mercilessly slam dunking the daylights out of things until they fall apart, carnival teeth enable the player to bite off small chunks of meat, which might seem...
The lingo in this videos. Sorry, I keep pausing, but I am heavily reminded of how brain rotten I am when it comes to geek culture. That sometimes I've done this before. When I want to explain something, I just use like gaming terminology to explain it. Like, and have you done that?
I just no. One time I was like at. Like, back when I was in school, at one point, someone said something, and I was like, oh, Pog.
Oh, Pog.
And I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. I've exposed myself. But yeah, I think it's a really cool way of, like, explaining things. And, well, they're not really layman's terms, but, like, in a different way. It's super cool. Oh, someone says videos are a bit quiet.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Nancy. Thank you. The one, I remember telling my brother wheat is kind of OP, and I meant wheat from the ground. Like we were like trying to cut the grass, and I said wheat is kind of OP, and that's like,
oh my god.
And then my brother looked at me like he did, like I disowned the entire family.
This is so, oh my god, why is it so hot outside? The sun is so not poggers.
Come on.
Seem like a small thing, but really it opens up tons of new opportunities for carnivorous playstyles, including for scavenging carcasses and for sharing larger kills among teammates. The carnivoran archetype is split into two main factions, feliforms and caniforms. There are a ton of differences between these two, but I'll try and simplify them into how the differences play out in practice.
Especially in summer.
At their core, feliforms are adapted to being hyper-carnivorous ambush predators, whereas caniforms are more generalist in nature. This is most obvious in their snouts, which have different shapes and lengths. Caniforms tend to have longer, less compact snouts. This enables them to carry a wide range of different types of teeth, suited for a more omnivorous playstyle. You have some teeth for dealing damage, some for shearing meat, some for crunching bones or nuts, and even some for chewing on plant fiber.
This is the entire VTuber kingdom right here.
Yeah, no. Are you damage, crunching, chewing, or shearing?
This is gonna be my next tier list for VTuber. I'm just gonna put these. Honestly, out of all these 4, which category would you fit in this?
Which carnivorous build are you?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you're carnivorous. I mean, do you eat meat? Are you vegetarian?
No.
Okay. Just making sure
I'm
we're
not,
safe.
I'm not.
We're in safe grounds here. I mean, respect the what? Hey, vegan, what meat do you eat?
Like, oh my god, no! Oh man,
that'd be so disrespectful. But
you'll be in crunching. I think I might be in like. I saw the raccoon and I immediately resonated with the raccoon, so I'm gonna say damage, either damage or chewing.
I want to say I'm damaged too. I mean, over time, my head has become sensitive. I used to be chewing, and now I digivolve into damage.
You devolved.
Yeah, I did digivolve. I went like a Digimon.
You changed your play style. You put you put your teeth points into another stat.
Yeah, definitely. I've been trying to balance myself with the meta.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Feliforms have shorter snouts, enabling them to have a higher bite force, but limiting them to pretty much only having teeth meant for either dealing damage or shearing meat. The longer Caniform snout gives them other advantages too. The larger nasal cavity enables them to breathe more efficiently and intake more oxygen. This gives Caniform builds much greater stamina, enabling them to run for much greater distances without tiring. It also facilitates their vastly superior sense of smell, which enables them to track prey, scavenge for food, and find teammates. So it makes sense why just about every Feliform build is an ambush predator, whereas Caniforms can be anything from acrobatic marine builds to slow tanky herbivores. Focusing more specifically on wolves though, pretty much everything I've said so far about the Caniform build applies here. But for a more in-depth analysis, let's take a look at the wolf's base stats. So, as ferocious as wolves are thought to be, their power stat is fairly mid for an apex predator. Wolves aren't really going to be one-shot larger than a rabbit with their bite attacks. And due to the
Actually, this a small tangent. What is your thoughts on the word mid?
I think it's a good way of describing things. I don't know. I think mid's a good word. It's so simple. Everyone knows what you mean when you say it. It's like, it's a complicated concept. What's the word? That becomes a single word. A single word describes like a whole concept without needing to explain like, oh, I think it's okay, but I don't think it's that good. It's kind of meh. You just go, that's mid. And then everyone knows what you're talking about.
I just feel like a lot of people misuse the word and they use it in like a negative connotation kind of way. Because this movie is mid, and it's like,
it's supposed to be neutral. It's in the middle. That's what mid means. That pisses me off when people use a word for like. That's not what it means. It's mid. It's not bad. It's mid. That's what the word means.
You're so real.
Retractability of their claws, they aren't going to be doing much damage with their paw swipe either. And yet, taking out players above their own weight class is a signature aspect of the wolf's
style. Okay, wait, tangent.
Go ahead.
How do you feel about the Minecraft movie?
It looks mid.
What do you mean? I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be so awesome.
I don't know. I mean, there's trailers that I've seen. The majority of the trailers that I've seen, it looks awful. But however, there's a couple of two. There's one or two that just looks like a shitpost movie. And okay, I can fuck with this. But I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna be like in the middle ground. Like there's gonna be a lot of cringy Zoomer humor that it's not gonna be like the ones that I like, and there's gonna be a couple of like self-aware jokes that I'm gonna like. So it's like in the middle. I have doubts.
Yeah, but like, but consider. I think I can sway you. Consider Flint and Steel. The Nether. Chicken Jackie. Question no.
When it comes to when it comes to Steve being the selection of Jack Black, a lot of people are sick.
Absolutely top tier choice, dude.
Yes. I love Jack Black's with all my heart. But however, it just feels like after the Mario movie and after seeing Jack Black in so much media, okay, now it's starting to feel like a meme and oversaturated. So I don't know how I feel about that. But yeah, but I do like the memes of like, "Hi, I'm Steve," being spam everywhere.
Steve, but never.
It almost reminds me of like the Family Guy joke where something is just like oddly off-putting. You know how suddenly how is it called? You know, like not off-putting, but out of context. Because Peter Griffin one time. Hi, everybody, it's me, Peter. And so there was a part in Family Guy where Peter Griffin was reenacting John the Ark story, but it was just Alien 3, the movie. But it's like, so it feels like out of context. I am Steve.
Typically done by chaining strings of bite attacks together in order to inflict the blood loss status condition, which drains the target's health and stamina over time.
Blood loss status condition.
Properly by a pack of wolves, this can bring down basically anything, no matter how large the target. But obviously, since this is not a quick process, there's a lot of room for mistakes. So let's see how wolves handle taking damage rather than dealing it.
Oh my god.
So due to their lower defense stat, wolves are going to be mostly relying on their agility to avoid damage. They aren't totally defenseless. Their thick fur and general bulk does allow them to absorb a few blows if necessary, but it's mostly there for warmth, not combat. Their stealth stat is a similar story. Their gray fur overcoat does offer a moderate stealth bonus, but is primarily there for warmth and can be easily spotted except against a few specific backgrounds. As I sort of mentioned during the segment about caniform versus feliform builds, the perception stat is central to the wolf's game plan. Their ability to track scents is quite literally one of the best in the game, able to detect smells from miles away.
That's so OP.
Their top tier perception stat doesn't end at olfaction. Their sense of hearing is also exceptionally powerful. While many players believe the cat's hearing is superior, in reality they are roughly equivalent in terms of pure sensitivity, but are fine-tuned for different purposes.
All gaming.
Cats are much better.
No, that's the whole thing. It's all gaming.
Just change the entire education system for this. Is this the reason why they defunded the Department of Education? Sorry, that was out of pocket. But holy shit, it's like just change it.
I feel like defunding it would take away stuff like this. This is what we need. We need more funding for this.
Yeah, we just take all the funds from the Department of Education and give them to this YouTuber. That's all we need.
Not real.
Such as the sound of a mouse breathing under the leaf litter. Wolves are better at sensing low rumbling sounds, meaning they can discern the location of larger prey from miles away. And the same is true for their eyesight.
They got
cat's
the
slitted pupils allow to strike smaller targets with perfect accuracy, but are not as useful as the wolf's large circular pupils for locking onto prey from a long distance. And as I've already alluded to, the wolf's above-average intelligence stat enables some excellent options for teamwork and pack hunting. They can communicate and coordinate over great distances using their howl ability. The combination of teamwork and extremely...
I'm so gamer brain rotten that I can recognize every single reference.
You're so gamer coded.
Oh my gosh, the especially if it's like old timey gaming, like that's occurring at time, and I saw the Star Fox 64 Star Wolves theme song being played in the background, and all I think is about the Star Wolves lines from Wolf. It's so dumb.
Oh my god.
Ayo gamers, hi gamers.
Hello.
Felgar, hello.
Powerful perception abilities allows wolves to control massive territories. We'll get more in depth into their hunting tactics in a bit. Mobility is their second highest stat, and this greatly assists in their ability to defeat players in higher weight classes. Simply put, wolves have an incredible amount of stamina, and can run for longer distances than pretty much anything it could ever encounter. This makes sense, as being able to sense prey from a great distance wouldn't do much good if you had no abilities to run them down. So when you add all of this up, just how effective of a build is the wolf? It really does come down to how effective their pack hunting abilities are. If you were to strip all of that away, I actually think the wolf would be mid at best. Their power stat is way below average for an apex predator.
Mid? The wolf
See, it's used correctly though.
What? Why? How?
He used it correctly though. That like without their pack hunting, they'd be mid.
I mean, yes.
They'd be like in the middle.
I mean, that's true, I suppose.
I can appreciate a correct use of mid.
Yeah, okay, you know what? You're right. You're right. I need to I need to preach what I said earlier, like not use it as a negative.
Being more in line with that of a scavenger or generalist build. There's no way a lone wolf is bringing down one of the Tundra server's many tanky herbivores. Yet,
Tundra
as a player,
server.
if all you want to do is reach smaller mammal builds like rabbits and squirrels, you're really better off playing as a smaller
This is great.
animal
I need
like
to
a
see more of
fox
this.
or a mink. In order to get
Yeah.
the most out of a wolf's kit, you need to maximize the utilization of the wolf's perception and stamina perks, which are most effective at tracking and hunting larger herbivores. So, wolves really are stuck working together. They'd be wasting their potential hunting only smaller builds, but aren't powerful enough to solo a large herbivore. Their kit only makes sense when viewed through the lens of pack hunting. And indeed, the lethality of the wolf's pack hunting tactics is undeniable. Through coordinated attacks and clever kiting, wolves are able to prove that their squads are much more cohesive than that of their targets.
Alpha formation.
They keep using like Star Fox references in here.
Oh my god.
Hello, Ruin. How's it going, gamer? Just playing. I'm just playing. Do I know the reference at this point? I'm not doing so well as I thought I would. I mean, I am, because a lot of them are like old time gaming.
And split vulnerable members off from their teammates. And at that point, it really is just a waiting game. Now, it's worth noting that even in a group, it's often still too risky to just recklessly attack a tanky herbivore. Wolfmanes tend to only attack a fleeing target, so as long as they hold their ground, they shouldn't take damage. But as they tire from fending off bluff strikes, and as their teammates get further and further away, most players will eventually try and make a break for it. And this is where the wolf pack will start dealing damage. By taking turns attacking their back end repeatedly, they'll eventually inflict the Bloodlust status effect, which slowly drains the target's HP, leading to a guaranteed
so graphic.
at which point the entire pack splits the loot.
I have
this
Tommy
is
Horde
overpowered in and of
status effect
itself,
right now.
but where it really gets broken
my
is when you
God.
re-examine the same tactic through the wolf-human team combo. Because all of the things that make the wolves pack hunting work actually function even more effectively when paired with a human. Humans and wolves are similar.
Well, of course, we have guns. A wolf and a gun combined, that'll be pretty sick though.
We have the gun legendary item.
Hell yes. A wolf can equip that. We're the only
It's
ones
not
with the
compatible.
build. Yeah, we have thumb equipment. We are born with a thumb affinity.
Yeah.
in
Oh
that
my God.
both are exceptional distance runners, allowing them to naturally keep pace with each other and avoid slowing each other down. But in addition to having similar perks, they also cover each other's weaknesses and fill in the biggest gaps in each other's hunting strategy. Humans lack the same perception stat that wolves have. While they can use their intelligence
Is
to
that a snake
sort of
reference?
supplement their weak
Yes.
sense of hearing and smell, there's
Metal
really
Gear.
no
I
substitute
stuff.
to just having a teammate who can
A
lock
true
onto
gamer.
a scent at a great distance and never lose it. But why do wolves need humans? You may remember when wolves hunt, they can oftentimes reach an impasse due to their lack of ability to quickly deal lethal damage. Humans do not have this limitation and can easily break the stalemate using one of their projectile weapons. The same is true on defense. The wolf's sensory abilities can detect the approach of a dangerous
that
enemy
was loud.
and
That
alert
was
the
sound
humans
effect.
of the impending threat, a threat that wolves alone would struggle to drive away. And so domestic wolf and human hunter-gatherer players naturally made for an unstoppable force that lasted through multiple balance patches, including
Oh my
the
God,
end of
not
the Ice
GTA.
Age and the beginning of the
The balance patch. Okay, we showing. Okay, I paused in the wrong moment. I'm not. But anyways, I was saying that I was just, my brain's just thinking here. They're talking about all these domesticated wolves, and I'm like, where are they? Where are they? Why do I don't have a wolf in my house right now?
Bro, dogs.
Yeah, it's just dogs and dogs that
It's
can
just
barely do
dogs.
anything. I'm literally taking today. I'm dog sitting a pug,
Oh.
and it's so precious. It's like a little baby boar. It's like it's like a little pig. It can barely do anything. It can barely breathe because no, sorry, it's not a pug. It's a
Yeah.
Frenchie. It's a Frenchie.
Yeah, because I know Frenchies have like they breathe kind of weirdly sometimes.
Yeah, the
Right.
nose and
Mhm.
it is on my on another room right now, just snoring like super loud, but it's not
Aw,
picking.
so much
It's not pick-
eepy. He's just
It's-
eepy.
But yeah, it's like, but where are all these wolves? Where are they at though? So male
I think
wolves
there are
are
some
always.
dog breeds. There are some dog breeds that are closer to like undomesticated wolves.
Oh, the
like,
only
you
one I
know,
can
like-
think about is like the husky, like Siberian husky.
Husky, not Newfoundlands.
Newfoundlands.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to think. Newfoundlands are the ones, they're like, they're really big and they're really fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
They're called Newfies.
Oh, that's an adorable name.
I don't know. There are some that are close to coyotes as well, I think.
I've actually seen fox in my backyard.
Yeah. I think there was something that proved that foxes were also, I think it said, it might have been in one of these videos that like foxes were also possibly, I might have gotten this from a TikTok where foxes were possibly domesticated at one point as well.
Oh yeah. No, I mean actually no, they're getting more domesticated lately. Lately they're getting more.
It was from an Extra History video. Extra History is a channel that talks about a lot of historical events. Like right now they're doing a series on cats. Like their history with us and like their evolution and stuff.
I love really cats, but they're a menace. Okay, cats are a bit too much for me to handle.
Are you not a cat person? Are you a dog person?
Oh, it's a little difficult. I'm in a phase. I was taking care of a baby cat last Christmas, and that baby cat was just crawling it was crawling through the ceiling and everywhere. I was like, oh my god, I can't with you. It broke curtains. It soiled the carpet, and it's like, wow, man. You are a tornado of disasters. I can't wait to return you to your parents. But it's my animal sitting job, so I'm like, I need to take this. Haha.
Yeah, I think it's because they're young.
Yeah.
Because baby kitties can be a menace, but once they get bigger, they kind of like don't get the zoomies as much, and they kind of like mellow out, you know.
If I adopt any animal like that right now, I gotta adopt it like myself. I've been called an old hag too much, and now I see why my chat has called me an old hag.
See, but you're not a cat lady, and so you can hold that above them,
which is ironic.
At least you're not a cat lady.
That is the most ironic thing in the world.
Okay, you're a cat lady, but not a cat lady.
You are a bad guy, but doesn't mean you are a bad guy.
Exactly.
Eventually, after spending so much time cooperating, many wolf players began speccing their characters specifically to better synergize with humans, such as a passive mental health regen aura, and higher intelligence and better communication abilities, which allowed them to handle more complicated commands, eventually renaming their build entirely from wolf to dog. And because of their optimization towards collaboration, even as humans transitioned away from their hunter-gatherer playstyle, dogs still remained a relevant and high-tier choice for their party comp. This isn't to say that the wolf's only good interspecies combo is with a human, though. Among the player base who remained wild, one solid combo is with the raven or crow. They will often seek out a wolf player and lead them to a carcass they'd found far away. These POIs are usually hotly contested, and too competitive for a crow to capture by themselves. So, in exchange for leading the wolf there, the wolf will chase away the other players and share the remaining spoils with the bird. But anyway, in short, wolves broke the game by finding the perfect team comp and being the #1 choice of party member for the most overpowered build the game has ever seen. They were already debatably OP just hunting in wolf packs, but were at least sort of kept in check by their mid-damage. But when that limitation is mitigated, their tracking and pursuit hunting abilities are truly unfair to play against. And that's why, despite me only giving wolves a rank of A tier on my canid tier list, when partnered up with humanity, they are legitimately broken, giving dogs the rank of S tier. Partnering up with other highly capable individuals is pretty much always the optimal strategy. And if you
what?
Plot twist that the wolves are B or A tier, but then dogs are S tier because they work with humans.
Ooh. I mean, it's so true though.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Humans are humans are the most OP. If you a human with no tools, maybe not, but a human with tools is like, they can destroy the world.
Humans have like crap ton of stamina compared to other animals.
Actually, that's also true.
Followed my channel for any length of time, you've no doubt heard me talk about my favorite team combo, Nebula. Nebula is a streaming service by a bunch of awesome creators. We've all partnered up to bring you, our viewers, the best video ecosystem on the internet, free from intrusive ads and manipulative algorithms. But you might already know that. You might even already know all the crazy deals we offer in the subscription pricing, such as an unbelievable $3
I think that's the end of the video,
what you
Pretty
not
much,
talking
pretty much.
about
is that in
wolves.
keeping with the theme of
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you
combos
think? What'd
and
you
sharing
think?
loot,
So
Nebula
I like
now
these videos,
offers
not
gift
gonna lie.
cards. So if you know
I like
anyone
this.
who's a
I
fan
want to
of
continue
my
watching more of
channel
these.
or any of the other amazing Nebula
Supposedly,
creators,
when you do
including
reactions, you're not
Beagle,
supposed to skip the
real-life
part of the
Lore,
ad, the
Tierzoo,
sponsor, because you know
Jetlag,
the
Octopus
reaction to
Lady,
you have to
Pet
honor the
Matter, and
video.
many more.
So I'm
Nebula
watching
Oh, you
the
do?
could
yeah.
be the
Yeah.
perfect gift for them. You can get the exact same deals for the gift
I mean, it's
cards as
optional,
you would
but you
a normal
know,
personal membership.
and
But
Yeah,
if you
that
really
makes
it's
sense.
wanted
been
That makes
out,
sense.
you could
yeah.
get them or yourself a
Free
lifetime
without
membership
ads.
gift card. These are a big
The
investment
irony of
upfront,
being
but
free with
honestly,
ads
I
is
can think of
within
at
an
least a
ad.
half-dozen other streaming services
That's
that
amazing.
I wish offered this sort of deal.
Yeah.
Even
also
YouTube has been
funds
having
big
issues with
budget
like ad
original
block stuff.
projects much more
Speaking of
directly.
ads, yeah.
So if you'd like to
Yeah.
see me really shoot for the moon with some big projects, this is absolutely your best
Well, this
option.
person's
I would
this
not
person's
expect
like
these sorts of
editing
deals to
is
be around
amazing,
much
honestly.
longer, especially
Like,
I
this is
know.
an amazing
Oh my god.
recommendation.
Either scan the QR code on screen
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue watching more of these.
Click the link in the description.
Hell yeah.
Thanks again for watching. And
I like the
always
snake
good
one.
luck
You
out
should
there.
watch the snake one next.
The
It's really
snake ones?
cool.
Ooh. Anything like this, I just really like just like watching animal videos in general. The funny ones,
Yeah.
they're amazing. And then this is just this is kind of freaking cool. I actually want to see the comment. Since this video is about wolf, I'm kind of curious what the people are gonna say here.
You call it pack tactics. I call it the power of friendship. Oh my god.
That's actually not bad. There are two wolves inside of you. Now it's time to rank them. Competitive meta. Holy
Sadly,
smacks.
the
Oh,
wolf build has weakness to belly rub and treats when facing human players. This opens them up to the good boy finisher, forcing a transformation into the domesticated dog archetype.
That's pretty damn pog. Oh my god. This
Oh my
YouTuber
God.
is so OP. They're really good. I like this way too much. More. I need more of this.